welcome back with another banger. It's the React Files. Let's get straight to it.
You guys heard of the Nazca mummies? This is in Nazca, Peru. In 2015, they found 200 mummified remains, a couple dozen of which were fully intact, but they're these humanoid-looking creatures that have 3 fingers on each hand. It's just super weird, and they've done a ton of studies on these things. They did like a DNA sampling, and 30% of their genetic makeup is identified as something on this earth that can be identified as something. So the rest is not. A lot of these creatures, they still had their organs inside of them. So they did these CT scans, and one of them that they call Maria, they said it was pregnant. But near the cave where they apparently found these, they found a petroglyph of this creature that has 3 fingers on each hand.
Wow.
And then a lot of their art, they talk about the sky people. Nazca is known for, you know, those giant drawings that are in the desert, and you can't tell what they are unless you're literally in the air.
Yeah.
And so the theory is that they made these giant things in the dirt.
Yeah, to talk to
communicate, or even like a landing strip for these things.
I don't like it.
I tried to tell you that the movie They Live is based on a true story, and you didn't believe me. But when I say I got your ass, I've got your ass. So first, let me explain. They've been able to put subliminal messages into our heads without us even knowing. Not by using music or sound, by just using images alone. Take this picture for example. Squint your eyes and tell me what you see. They can put anything into your head. For the people that follow football, who do you think the best football player is in the world? Squint your eyes and tell me what you see. And again, I'm sure you've all seen this one by now. If you haven't, I want you to tilt your phone forward, squint your eyes, and tell me what you see. Oh my days.
Oh my days. Shout out to One File. Wow, those are some great catches. I agree, They Live was based on a true story.
So we've got another strange observable floating around Saturn, mate. And for those of you that have been on this channel for a little while, you know that Saturn has had a few funky things in the past, right? So I'm not too sure what to kind of think of this one. It does kind of just appear in front of Saturn. I'm not entirely sure what it is. It could be an asteroid. It looks like it seems to be closer by, but I don't know. It almost looks like it clips behind or something. I need some of your guys' opinions on this one. Now, this is the other one that was a little while ago with a strange object flying what looks like behind Saturn. Goes into the shadow, goes dark, right? It's sped up a little bit, so it was traveling a little bit slower, but it looks like it's kind of flashing and rotating, mate. You remember that bad boy? Looks like some kind of friggin' neutron star flickering. Some little jets flying out of there. I don't know, but all I know is historically that we've seen quite a lot that Saturn has had a lot of strange anomalies, and supposedly there's supposed to be quite a few things that like to hang around the rings of Saturn. So for those of you that know, you know, bro. What do you guys think?
Well, whatever it is looking to explore Saturn. Shout out to Interstellar Discussion. It almost looked like that orb came from another ship.
Alison Holloway interviewed David Froning, who is a propulsion engineer and 30-year veteran of McDonnell Douglas.
What's your best guess of what this is?
I think it's an intelligently controlled craft. It looks like it's being propelled by what we call field propulsion, a propulsion or a mode of impulsion which we ourselves have not fully developed yet. This country has built vehicles that are lenticular in shape, just like that. They're driven by high-performance gas turbine engines that can kind of fly around in the sky just like this did.
So you're telling me that we have something in existence like this already that looks like a...
It looks like that, it wobbles like that, right, but it makes a lot of noise.
But we don't have anything that's silent.
Nothing
like
that's silent.
When I sat down here and you said, look at this tape, the first thing you said to me was, look how close it is to the ground. And you didn't think it meant to be that low to the ground. Tell me about that.
Well, it's just an intuition. But I got the feeling that for a short interval of time, the craft was actually slightly out of control. In fact, that might have been the reason that it had to drift so close to the ground.
The wobble that it's making, drawing on all your experience, does it look to you like it's out of control?
Well, the wobble at the onset looks like a object suspended by a string. But then when you test it, it's not that. Also, many other videos of UFOs wobble like that.
And what if it wasn't a real craft at all? What if the whole thing was a special effects trick created in an editing room or on a computer? We took the footage to Ray Raimondi and Fred Giaratana, who are special effects supervisors at the award-winning commercial division of Digital Domain, the company responsible for the special effects in the movie Titanic.
Fred, smoking gun or hoax?
Definitely smoking gun,
Why the glint in your eye?
because I'm very excited to see this. It's to me, it's the most compelling footage that I've seen. This might be the one that we've been waiting for.
Ray, smoking gun or hoax?
Really good hoax.
A hoax in which there was physically a craft over this apartment building, or a hoax that was done in a computer-generated lab such as this?
Right. From what we've been able to look at, it looks like either it was done amazingly well from a CG point of view, like in a computer effects place or something like that. But I don't really believe it. There's just too many things that make it look like it was really, really there. It was photographed in the camera, meaning it wasn't affected afterward. Like, for instance, when it goes behind the building, the way the edge breaks apart is kind of consistent with the way video consumer cameras just kind of break up on those edges.
All right, so we're on the wide shot. If you can pull that back just a little bit. We're on a wide shot right here. And you can see a little figure up here to the left of this part right. Then if you let it roll, and as it goes, that figure, you zoom in and the figure gets bigger.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a difficult effect to do.
Yeah, the first thing we noticed was just that if it was done as an effect, it was done seamlessly, because the zoom part it's natural. The hand holding of the camera is all natural, and whatever that is stays exactly with it perfect.
How was it done?
My theory in looking at it is it looks like it's being suspended from something above, like a helicopter. It's so far away and hazy that if there was a table there, you wouldn't see it.
Am I correct in hearing that you both agree this did exist over these buildings on that day when these pictures were shot?
More than likely.
You disagree whether it's a man-made hoax or a real deal craft of some sort.
But how hard would it be to create a believable hoax? With a home video camera and their effect computer, Fred and Ray made this on a coffee break.
What you're seeing here, this pie plate in the sky, we did literally in a half an hour. If this were for a commercial client or a motion picture client, we would have spent maybe a week with this shot. It would have been perfect. You would believe it as much as you believe the Mexican City shot.
We're doing this on this is $1 million visual effects system. This is the best. This is the best. This is Cadillac right here. So it doesn't come any better.
But it's not the only one in the world.
No, and I know there's a few in Mexico.
It was a misty day.
Who knows what all the mechanisms are available for stealth and cloaking of these kinds of ships? What if the pilots of this ship realized when the person shooting the video had them locked on, holy smoke, somebody can see us now, and they revved up their engines, got out of there.
In the shadow world between UFO, Black Project, and hoax, there are no absolute truths. We may never know if the real danger is imaginary, coming from our own government, or most chilling of all, coming from the stars.
I feel it was real, but I feel it was a man-made hoax. The wobble got me.
I don't like it. And type stuff. But you know,
Part 4. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. You guys see that? You guys see all of those? Let me say it again for the people in the back. Do you guys see all of that? This is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Please tell me what the hell is going on and what are these things? I'm at 8% battery life, guys, so this live is going to be ending soon. But I have it zoomed in a little bit. From where I'm standing at, these things are a good maybe 16, 17 miles away. They're pretty far, but they're so luminescent.
17 miles away and they're that bright. They look like that. Imagine being right in the area. I wonder if anyone else seen this.
The TR-3B is allegedly a nuclear-powered anti-gravity craft owned and operated by the U.S. government. Now, of course, the U.S. Air Force and DoD openly deny the accusation, but people have been seeing black triangular crafts all over the world for years. If true, this would actually violate international treaties. You're not allowed to have nuclear-powered aircraft due to the risk of accident.
If you know, you know.
To show my appreciation, I am inviting you all to a pizza party tonight at Jennifer Aniston's house. I'll see you there.
My parties were so great for everybody. I would always hear like the next week, like, "Oh, Sam, man, that was incredible, man. That was the best orgy I've ever been a part of." You know.
He was just joking though, right? I wonder what they're talking about here. Body language doesn't lie.
What Aniston will say to me in the middle of the night whenever I'm with her, something cool. She'll be like, "You see?" And I'll be like, "No, you're right. This is great. This is great." And then the next morning, she'll text me and say, "I know something, Wednesday night if you want." I'll be like, "Come on, we just did that Saturday thing. We don't have to do too good."
I'm I'm going to bed at 9. I can't come over. Your thing starts at 8:30. So
yes, she can handle it. She can handle it.
She
Her
can.
parties are incredible at her house too.
Yeah, she does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza.
Wonderful,
yes.
wonderful pizza. All right, just y'all are all like, whatever.
How was the pizza? Was it good? Did he make it himself? Pizza was better than Clooney's. They both made. Everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Something that he does. 5 different kinds. 5 different kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza that night. Clooney's was excellent. Amal's was the winner.
Now I wonder why she told him to shut his trap.
We've known each other for years. Yeah. You've been to my house. We've had pizza. Girl after my own heart. Do we love a pizza or what? We love a pizza. It's so much fun. Now, someone did. I was told that you were called a.
And I'd just like to recognize the courageous people who picked it up and brought it. Now, there have been spheres found before, and in the United States, special forces thugs go in and get them. And people have been killed possessing them. Very smart that you keep it safe and that you also disclose it. It's transparent. Everything goes out. My assessment of this is pending, but it's certainly real. It's using an energy field and what we probably would say is electrogravitic, which means a type of anti-gravity effect from the electromagnetic forces. And whether it is a purely extraterrestrial origin or a mix of an ancient human extraterrestrial development, there are 4 or 5 possibilities. And this is what we want to look at. If we can get some of the materials and do carbon dating, we can, from the polymer, then we will know how old it is. If it predates this kind of manufacture, it'll be extraordinary. So I think there's a lot of investigation. We have some really good scientists here with us who can do those research with you and confirm and help and join forces with your effort. So my own sense of this is that it's obviously real, it's anomalous. We have seen these sort of spheres before, and I just want to share, 2 days ago, we debriefed a Green Beret he was in a subterranean facility, Crane, Indiana. It's a naval weapons station, and this is a top Green Beret not many years ago. And he was taken underground, very deep, and it was shown several extraterrestrial devices, one of which had a device like a translucent, almost like a small iPad, but extraterrestrial. And it was putting up above that screen a series of letters or symbols, deep ink black. And they are on this sphere, 4 or 5 of them. It's very unusual. Now this gentleman, he didn't have any association with those symbols until he saw this sphere. And in the interview 2 days ago, when we were in Los Angeles, I'm not going to disclose his name right now. His information is going to a investigation law enforcement group in the United States that I'm working with that are looking into the criminal aspects of the secrecy of this. But he said these are exactly the symbols that were floating above this device in the air, about a foot, and that they had some effect in his awareness, and he thought it had something to do with activation of DNA and consciousness, some very unusual effect.
I don't know, I feel like the Buga Sphere is man-made. Shout out to Stephen Greer.
China has roughly 250 times the shipbuilding capacity of the United States. They have 50% of the shipbuilding capacity in the entire world, and the United States has 0.1%. How does the growing Chinese Navy stand up against the U.S. and its allies' Navy?
As they continue to expand their military investments, their technology is also advancing in many ways, not only in the shipbuilding industry, but we see that they are making significant advances in the area of robotics and unmanned systems. But at the same time, these technologies have not necessarily been fully tested in real conflict, and we certainly hope that Taiwan will not be their testing ground.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed the rabbit hole. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you check this one right here. Shout outs to all the reactors. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again. Till next time.